Good afternoon, everybody. So a company called Ceyomur sent me a trail cam, my first trail cam. I've always wanted to try one of these and I got sent one for free. Thank you very much. So I'm going to be doing a review on it. Everyone loves an unboxing, so we're going to do an unboxing. It's been in the house a couple of days and I didn't want to open it. I wanted to keep it for the video. So what happened was I was sent an email. It was in my junk mail. Thankfully, I checked it thoroughly and they asked me if I'd like to test one out. So brilliant. I can't wait. This is obviously something I'd love to do in the future. I'd love for it to progress up to Canon and the like, sending me lenses and cameras to try out. Please, let's get to it. So from scratch, if there are any boring bits, if I'm having to read something, I'll edit it out. Usual stuff. And we get a little booklet, your little warranties, compliance information, and the actual camera. So I'm going in this not knowing anything yet. What I will say, cam mode, what is a trail camera? It's one of those cameras, you might have seen them on BBC Springwatch and things like that. You can attach it to trees and things like that in your garden, in woods, in forests. And generally you use it at night and it triggers anything, any kind of movement. And you're going to get badgers, rabbits, stoats, rodents, anything, foxes, and things you wouldn't be able to get anywhere near, and you get to see what's living in your local environment. I'm going to try it first in my garden, and then we'll take it to the woods. Woods I know well, and a bit of the wood where nobody walks past, because I don't want people to steal it. I've seen websites mention that trail camera theft, actually nobody really cared about it, and they want to make it an offence. So, okay, I think we'll take that cover off. Yeah, I'll take that off. That must be the infrared light, which helps you see night vision. Okay. There's probably going to be some wires and stuff. Yep, strap. USB-C. Yep, which is the latest type of charging cable. And this must be, yeah, the strap for the tree. And I assume this is some sort of mounting, yeah, adjustable mount and things. You can screw this onto things and adjust it to any angle you like. Right. So let's have a little quick read. Is this a quick one or is this? No, this is just the compliance one. I'll quickly read the box to you. Let's take all this out. What does this say on the outside of the box? Integrated design, 2-inch built-in LCD, time-lapse video, IP66 waterproof. So yeah, you can obviously expect to put it up somewhere and it rains overnight, it'll be totally safe. So that's a charging input there. All the slides for the mount. And that's looks like a little doorway there. Yep, that's the screen. And it's got all your menu, off, on, down, okay, mode, on, off, test, and push. And there's a QR code, scan to email us. Please use 8 new batteries. Don't mix old and new ones. We recommend using an SD card instead of a micro SD with a card adapter. Please insert the SD card in the off mode. Okay. So we'll have to get on that and get back to you because obviously I don't have any of that with me. This was just the unboxing moment. I actually spent about 2 minutes looking up how to open the battery compartment. I had to look at the whole camera. Like, what's the secret? Is it this black thing here? And then there's a big button at the bottom there that says push. And there it is. It takes 8 AA batteries. I think I've probably got those rechargeable ones lying around from years of all the different gadgets I've ever had. So I just had to scan through the instructions. There's lots to learn. Now I've opened it, I want to come back to you with all the information about how to use it correctly and any hiccups or any things I might have missed that will be important. Okay, I'll see you soon. Right, we're back, folks. We have got the camera set up, hopefully. I'm going to run you through everything I needed to do. So I needed some AA batteries. I had 4 in my Speedlight, rechargeable ones, by Energizer. And I remember at the time thinking, I'll buy 8 because something else will come up. And it did. A trail cam came in. Good thinking ahead there. So, yeah, I charged them up because it says in the manual, make sure they're all fully charged. Got that done. And then I needed a memory card. So it says maximum 32 gigabytes. Went into my man drawer, And I have all sorts of 4 gigabytes and 32 megabyte ones as well. I found a 32 gigabyte one, and you're going to need to format it because it doesn't want mixed format files in there. So first things first, we open up the camera and put the batteries in. Yeah, it adds a fair old weight to the camera. And apologies for the dog if you can hear that. Suddenly decided to get yappy when I'm doing my video. These are things I'm going to have to get used to in these videos. Unexpected things, I'm just going to have to work through them. That's how you become a professional. Now we get the batteries in, and let me start reading you from the manual. Now, it comes with a 24-month warranty. Now check this out. We provide after-sales service indefinitely. Whoa. We will spare no effort to improve product quality and services in the future to give our customers more personable shopping experience. Bravo, well done. So first things first, like I said, I've done all that. Right, run the quick start. Switch to test mode. Screen lights up. Choose your language. Obviously, we're English. Select the time and date. It's year, month, and then date. American format. Format your SD card, like I just said before. Switch mode to on. The motion indicator will show a flashing red light for 5 seconds. Then the screen will turn black. And if you want to adjust any of the settings, you have to go into test mode first before pressing on, or else the camera won't work. From the test position to the on position is when all the buttons are disabled and it's set up for recording movement of animals. Again, remember that you must switch to on position after finished settings in the test position. Otherwise, it will not record video or take photos automatically. Mounting. Now, the strap, it doesn't come with any instructions of how to put any of these accessories on. So it's quite self-explanatory. Strap opens up and you just run it through these back hooks, and it's pretty large, so you could probably put it on a very large tree. And this adjustable arm, you screw it into something. Now, obviously, don't ever screw it into a tree because environmentalists will go nuts if they find that out, and you shouldn't be doing that anyway. It's obviously for something in your garden, like a wooden post or a summer house or a shed, something you don't mind putting a couple of screws into. And then the arm is movable in into any position. That's if you don't have anything you can put the strap around. Now, placement of the camera. Place the camera on a tree or pole approximately 3 to 6 feet high. If you're mounting the camera to cover a trail, face the camera down the trail tilted at a slight downward angle, not straight at the side of the trail, as shown in these images. Also very important, don't point it at anything that's going to blow in the wind, otherwise it will just keep setting it off, even when there are no animals. That's a big one, which can be difficult in a wood because lots of things are going to be moving. So the more shielded from the wind, the better. If you want to install close to the ground, make sure the bottom of the camera is above clearance greater than 20 centimeters. Now, if you go into the menu settings, you can choose between just taking still photos or taking video. And what I didn't realize, I was mucking around playing with the different settings. I thought this camera, the CY50, only shot in 2K. But I've had a look around and it shows the option of 4K. That's very interesting. So for now, I don't know how much video this SD card is going to record. So just for the moment, I'm going to go for 1080p and see what that accomplishes. And after this, there are going to be lots of mistakes made. I probably won't even record properly on the first night. There'll be something I muck up and I have to look into it. So just for now, there are lots of things with PIR, interval, sensitivity, video lengths, video resolutions, all these different things, beeps. It's too much to take on board for now. I'm just going to let it roll and see what happens, check what I recorded the next day and go from there and correct the errors as I go along. And this will probably be a series of videos before I make a full one to release to you. Also, I just noticed, I mean, it doesn't stop anybody actually stealing the camera, but there's a little lock there, so you can put a padlock in to stop anybody mucking around with it. But like I say, you know, just take that off. But it probably adds something. They'll have to break it apart to get it to work if they were going to steal it. So let's get this set up and see what we get. I cannot wait. So welcome back. We've done it. We've filmed for 3 nights and we've got some stuff to show you. Now, the first night I made a mistake. I set the camera to take photos by accident. I said I was going to make mistakes the first time and I did. There are a lot of other features I've got to go over, but there's going to be a few mistakes till I properly nail it. But we did get there in the end, so hang tight. As you can see, it's a series of photos of me setting up the camera inside and wondering if it's working. So I'm filming myself from all these silly angles, wondering if there are pictures or video being taken. And it's not until I review them afterwards that I can see all these. I'll include them to show you how silly it looks. I was taking it into the bedroom as well, which was darker, and that's why you got this dark grey face of mine. So I put it out in the evening. I'm a cab driver, I work nights. I set it up on this old bit of log, which I can move around the garden if I need to. It's not just positioned in one place. When I got home from work, I just stood in front of it to see if anything happened, and I saw a flash of red. I thought, okay, something's working. Right. So left it out until the morning, went out excitedly, got it, plugged it in. I saw files, excellent. But then I was like, oh, images. Oh no, they're JPEGs. I've already done something wrong. There it was. So I got the camera and fiddled around with it until I figured out what I'd done wrong. First things first, let's look at the images. The sequence shows me leaving the camera just after 8 p.m. At 10:13, a fox is pictured sniffing where I'd stood 2 hours earlier. Wow. Passing through at 1:12 again, the fox. This fox uses this corner to cut across the other gardens in the area. And finally, me coming out in the morning to collect the camera. So I was hoping to attract some birds and rodents, therefore I'd sprinkled out birdseed that first night for the video. So plugged the SD card in, and on the first night, we got our first success. Fox going through very briefly. It left a little deposit on my wife's flowers. Later on, the fox came back, left another deposit, and then it was a bit obscured by something here on the left, but it looked like it was either digging or eating something. I've had a look in the spot and I don't see anything, so who knows what it was up to. And the last bit of footage was a neighbour's cat, a white cat that likes to go through and scare the bejesus out of me. Sometimes when I get home, I turn around and it's there like a ghost and panic me. The birdseed did work. Unfortunately, it just attracted wood pigeon. Of course it's wood pigeon. It's always wood pigeons taking my birdseed. So we've got foxes and wood pigeons. Exciting stuff. Foxes are great, but a little bit more exciting behaviour from them. Maybe some food or some cubs or something like that would be fantastic. Anyway, there you have it. It works brilliantly. It's an amazing piece of kit, great value for money from Ceyomur. I'm sure that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. Maybe the company can reach out to me. They did email me recently. The initial emails from them were in English and the latest one was in German. So I had to translate it and then send it back in German saying, thank you very much. Yes, I've got it. I'm using it. I'm very happy. So do give them a try for that budget, that price. It's fantastic. £35 on Amazon, about £35. And it's a 4K camera. It's got a little screen on it. Unbelievable value, brilliant. So there it is, folks. I think we'll leave it there because I want to get some more interesting footage to show you. That was the unboxing, the review and the vlog to let you know about the product. We've done it, excellent, success. I've got it all working. I know how to work it perfectly well. Flick of a switch and it's recording, and now to have a play around the garden and eventually take it to some woods and figure out how I'm going to do it without it being stolen. All right, I hope you enjoyed, folks.